Okay, this is going to be our last video showing the combat with a full party of summoners. I actually got to summon a little bit more here. I forgot about these guys. So we have 4 different characters here that are all different classes and whatnot. But I wanted to pick 4 classes that all can summon some stuff and just get a full party of summoners. So we have a lot of things. So if you look at the map, I mean, you've got, there's a lot of us there. So we're going to do a quick rundown. We have Shadowheart is a cleric. I went with light cleric because it gives her this flaming sphere, as well as some nice AoE damage, which we're lacking a little bit as summoners. So I just like that. She can also use her reaction for improved warding flare. That's going to let her just kind of keep the pets a little bit safe. A little bit. It works, but it doesn't. it depends on how the dice are feeling. But she has, over here, that guy's quest related, don't worry about him, but she has a genie that she can summon at level 11. He's actually got a little bit of AoE with his breath attack and his thunder wave. He can also do this sweet plum gales. This one's alright, it hurts allies, so I try not to use that one very much, but the genie, he's pretty tanky. He does decent damage considering that those are AoEs, and his single target damage is, it's okay. He only gets 1 attack, so that big number there isn't as strong as it looks. She's also got Summon Undead, so I've got 3 Skeleton Archers. At this level I could summon some more Ghouls, but I'd rather have the Archers just because the ranged attack, it just outweighs the Ghouls' pros in my opinion. Also just for the level 4 spell slot versus a 5 or 6 to get some Ghouls out, I would rather have the Skeletons. Gale is going to be our Necromancy Wizard, so he... Whoops. Sorry, cutscene. Didn't realize that was going to happen right there. So we have Gale, our Necromancy Wizard. Did this guy just run in? He's going to get killed. Hold on. I think he's going to die just running in here like that. Okay, he's just vibing right there. I would like to keep him over here. I think he needs to live for this plot. Anyway. I think he's running away from all the undead. So Kale is our Necromancy Wizard, so he is going to have... Normally he'd have more skeletons than the other 3, but we're actually not at full power here. Gale could have 4 skeletons out right now. He has not used Animate Dead in this, since his last long rest. The reason for that is I don't have enough corpses in a close enough area to cast Animate Dead. Now you can do the trick where you just, you find a pouch, and, okay, none of these pouches, apparently. You find a pouch like that, and just stuff some bodies in it, pull them out, and Animate Dead when you need to. But considering we have 3 people with Animate Dead, and Karlek with her fungus zombies, I don't have any more corpses to put in bags. Like, I think Baldur's Gate, the city, has some stuff you can reuse them, but honestly, I don't need them. We have enough summons as is. So you can get a little bit more chaotic than this, but this is already dragging out with this amount of summons. So Gale has, normally he could get 4 Skeleton Archers, 1 more than the non-necromancy people. They'd also have a little bit more health, do a little bit more damage. Also he has Summon Elemental, which we've used to conjure up this Air Myrmidon using a level 6 spell slot rather than level 5. So he's got this big hit right here, which has a pretty good chance of stunning people. They need to make a save. Doesn't say what the save is right there, but I feel like it succeeds a lot more than it fails. He's also got a little AoE attack he can do right there, which is going to silence and deal some bludgeoning damage, which is very nice. He's got Fly, and he's got an Elemental Warp, which is basically just Misty Step, so he's very mobile. So I like to just have these guys go after big targets and try to stun them with that Elemental Flail, which also does okay damage. On top of that, Gale has just regular Conjure Minor Elementals, so he's got 2 Ice Mephits floating around. These guys are kind of nice. They knock people prone a lot with their Ice Orbs. They just kind of freeze the ground and they fall. They've got a little bit of AoE with Ice Breath, but it's kind of weak. They can blow up on and kill themselves, deal some damage on their single targets. Their basic attack is just a single target hit. They're okay. They are nice. They are very mobile, and they hit stuff from a range, a little bit of crowd control. They're nice to have. They're not like the best summons in the world, but they're nice. And then we've got, of course, Shovel right here. Our crazy little character from Act 1. Yeah, she's there. She just says some comic relief stuff in the middle of combat. She can fear somebody once per short rest, and then just a little bit of damage. She's mostly there as a distraction to take damage away from our party. And then if you do the whole Dance Macabre thing, or Dance Macabre, I don't know. If you find some magical necromancy books and read them and pass the skill checks, you can summon a bunch of ghouls. I thought it was 6 ghouls. I don't know if they nerfed it or something, but now it's only 5 ghouls. But these guys are nice. They deal pretty decent, okay single target attack with their main damage, but it paralyzes, which is the main reason. It's 2-turn paralyzed, which is very nice. Doesn't hit all the time, but when it does, it's great. And then they've got this Devour here. They can bite and knock down prone or sleeping target. Deal really good damage with that, and then heal the same amount. So they are a little bit tankier than your normal summons. And then we've got Karlach. She also has Conjure Elemental, Conjure Minor Elemental, and she's got her 3 skeletons right there. And I'm dumb. I forgot to summon our Woodland Being before starting combat, so let's conjure Woodland Being right now. The Woodland Being does okay single target damage. She's got Spike Growth, which is pretty good crowd control. And then she's going to also summon Fallen Lover here, which is a Wood Woad, which itself has some crowd control with Entangle and does some pretty decent AoE, or not AoE, it's pretty decent single target. This one says 8 to 20, and then this one says 5 to 8, but then this one, yeah, I don't know. The conditional there, that just it automatically happens if he's wielding it, so I don't know why it doesn't just say 8 to 20 on all of them, or both spots. Anyway, Wood Woad is okay for single target damage. The Dryad is okay for single target damage, but the Dryad is mostly there because Spike Growth is nice, and she has this aura that makes it so that you can go through difficult terrain without having any issues, and also get resistance to poison damage, which is fine, but, you know, it's mostly the difficult terrain, and they can't be restrained or paralyzed. That's the key part. And she comes with 2 good berries, which is, I don't know, it's cool. Topple people. A little bit of crowd control there. And then we've got Will, who definitely has the least amount of summons out of the group. He's our Beastmaster Ranger. We've got our Flying Bird right here, which I was a huge fan of the Flying Bird, but once you hit level 11, whenever he flies, he leaves a cloud of darkness around, which makes it hard to see in and out of, and it's just more of a nuisance a lot of the time. It honestly kind of hurts his mobility, because then for him to be mobile, he has to block your other characters from being able to see stuff, so I don't know. It's a weird situation with that. But then this one can also summon 2 other little ravens, which just have the basic Rend Vision attack. They are like the level 3 equivalent of the summon here, except you don't control them in combat. That's why their stuff is grayed out. Only the AI controls those. He's also got a little ranged attack, which is very nice. And then Will specifically, if you have him in your party, you can get this item right here, which allows you to summon Planar Ally, which is the same power that gets the Genie, except this one specifically summons the Cambion, which is our guy right here. And he's got this Rays of Fire, which is kind of like Scorching Rays, a little bit. It's very similar. Then he's got Fiendish Charm, which can charm an enemy. And then Draining Kiss, which you can do pretty nice damage to an enemy that is charmed. Unfortunately, that's not going to come into play in this encounter. And I just wasted a lot of time talking. Not what you guys came here for. I am going to have Karlach reuse her symbiotic... yeah. Because I noticed her max temporary HP was a little bit low, and I got enough charges there. Actually, we're just going to re-up the charges on all that. And then, of course, we have Aid on Shadowheart to give them all some extra hit points, but I used the little gnome guy running around to use Aid, and it actually dropped the hit points on some of them. It overrode Shadowheart's higher level Aid, but it's not that big of a deal. That's very helpful on weaker summons, like your Quasit, Shovel, and the little birds that will have like 1 hit point for the Find Familiar spell. Yeah, so we're just going to get started, show you guys what combat feels like with a group of all summoners. Honestly, it's not that much different. The only difference is, you know, between your party taking turns, you get, 17 other turns where all you do is shoot an arrow at somebody. Alright, So we've got big boss right there, kind of smaller boss on the side there, and over. I mean, I don't know why I'm calling them bosses. They're just bigger, beefier targets. That one's 267. Is this one any different? No, they are the same thing. And then we've got that one in the back. But this big one here is the main target that we're going to try and get rid of. They're all robots, so they're going to be weak to lightning damage, which doesn't help us a whole lot. So we're just going to get started here.
Coming through.
Alright, I don't know if I should try to focus down him or focus down the little guys and then deal with him. But we're going to have the bigger summons, I guess, kind of try and distract the guards, the little guys. So you kind of want to decide early on with this big of a party, I guess. You want to decide if you want your team, your actual party members, what they're going to be attacking and what your summons are going to be attacking, just to kind of keep that all straight. Kind of want to use Mind Sanctuary here. It's an Illithid power. Actually, I want to try and keep this maybe Illithid power free. Nah, no, we're going to be using Illithid powers. I'm going to use Mind Sanctuary and try to get it like right there, kind of keep it away from where these guys are going to end up going, but close enough that I can get a couple of allies in there. So this is going to make everything an action or bonus action. Doesn't really matter what it normally would be. So I'm going to use this thing here and just start wailing on him. We're going to have my main party attack this guy, and then all the summons kind of distract smaller guys that are around. So hopefully I can get a stun on this guy, really show off the air. There we go. So the air Myrmidon is great for stunning, you know, threatening medium to large size targets like that. Like that guy is now out for 2 turns, I think it is. And then I do not want this guy to die. I'm pretty sure he's plot relevant here. So yeah, I tried to give him disadvantage and he's still got a critical hit. Damn. Alright, and I don't want him to be in the Mind Sanctuary. That's actually very bad for me. Alright. You know what? Campion's there to take the damage. That is fine. I don't like that they're closing in. Alright. Let's go with Black Hole then. Try and drag those 2 over. They're big targets. I wasn't sure that was going to work with them being that big. Okay.
Have to keep going.
Normally I couldn't use another Illithid power because they're all bonus actions on Shedheart, but now, because of Mind Sanctuary, I can try and, awesome, stunned all of them. Dealt no damage, but it did stun them, and I was doing that much, much more for the stun. Then we're going to have Shovel. Try to get up there. Shovel's kind of far in the back. Shovel's not going to do much this turn. And this is the part that really feels like what the standard summoning party is you're just going to be shooting a lot of arrows at people. And occasionally flying around with your birds. Yeah, see, now he's going to create darkness right there, which is going to be nice to kind of block him from any ranged attacks. And we're going to try and get that over there so it doesn't block my air Myrmidon from doing stuff. And then attack, and attack. There we go. The Wood. I don't know what we're going to do with the Wood. I guess just bring her up here. Entangle all of that so that I can still get kind of close to them, but they're still in it. Sorry, spike growth, not entangle. But then maybe also entangle. Yeah, let's just use Shillelagh so that when she does get up close, she can actually deal some nice damage. That bumps up her damage quite a lot. And these guys I don't control. They're just going to be AI controlled there. And they're going to do nothing. They dash to get into melee range. Okay. And then back to the standard summoner experience. Shoot some arrows. Alright. Now, Karlach, I'm going to have go right there. Since she's got her spore thing active, I can shoot haste spores. right there. It's gonna give everybody standing in it an extra action, which is very nice. And then, since they are stunned, I don't need to worry about any. You know, I'm just gonna just do some sunbeam, do some druid stuff, but not actually because that's from an item. I don't know if I want her to wild shape. Right? These guys have to be immune to poison damage, right? Yeah. So Cloud Kill's not going to do anything. Blight might, though. I don't know if I have... Yeah, I don't have free cast up with her. And that's going to deal necrotic. Yeah, whatever. I can shoot them with some necrotic spores. That's all fine. And then I thought she had... Okay, maybe she didn't have another action inside the thing. Alright, then... You know, these guys, I'm gonna, again, stick to it, let my main party deal with big guy. You know what, no, we'll have this guy come over here, actually, because there's only one of them over here, and there's 3 over here. So yeah, we're gonna try and hit that one. He did save on the stun, but he got stunned by Shadowheart earlier, so it's not that big a deal. And now we're just gonna try and position all of our summons to be where we want them to be. So, you know, we can make that difficult terrain. We can blast him with that stuff. We're just gonna keep piling on the effects with these guys. Now, unfortunately, the Woodwode is melee only, but he is a summon of one of our summons, kind of like these birds. So the fact that I can control him at all is honestly just a plus. I do want all the skeletons kind of lumped up, though, just because it's easier to give them buffs. It's also easier to kill them with AoEs, but I want them in like 1 or like 2 distinct groups. So we are going to then move this one. Actually, we can get him in the Mind Sanctuary. I think he can attack twice now. Yep. Beautiful. Alright, and then if we can... You know, honestly, if I knock these 3 into the thing a little bit more, I'm not going to be that upset about it, but... There we go. They went back farther than I thought. I kind of wanted them to be inside the spike growth still, but that is fine. Alright, and yeah, the ghouls we do not control. So they're all just going to kind of swarm him there. And those are ghouls from Danse Macabre. If you use Animate Dead to summon ghouls, you would control them, just like I'm controlling the skeletons. And I just want this guy, you know, please just, okay, that's fine. Just stay out of harm's way, dude. Alright, and then I want him kind of over here. I could just lump them all in the Mind Sanctuary, but I know this guy has big AoEs, so I don't want to lump up everybody. But yeah, let's put them in there. And it's basically just doubling our attack power, right? I mean, we can just make 2 attacks per turn now. Alright, now... yeah, Will's first crossbow, his main hand one, does force damage. So if I use Hunter's Mark there, it's just going to be dealing extra force damage every turn. And considering the health this guy has, Will's probably going to get enough turns where getting that extra d6 per shot is going to be more valuable than 1 turn of a bonus action shot. Alright, we stage fright on all of them, so they do manage to attack us. It's not going to deal as much damage. And then I'm going to use my Arcane Battery to free cast, which I thought would let me use that. Not sure why it isn't. Alright, whatever. Use that. And then we're just gonna blast him right there. Okay, I didn't think these guys would be as mobile as they are. I really thought I'd be able to spread out my summons. Handle them a little bit differently. Okay. They did already get stage fright, right? Yeah, okay. So Shadowheart being inside that dome, I do not want her to leave. If we glyph warding lightning, yeah, right there. since she's still in there and can cast as a bonus action, Glyph of Warding Lightning again. And we might kill these guys before any of them get a turn. Alright. Shovel still can't do anything. Let's have Shovel come up here. Can I make this a bonus action? No, that's not how that works. Okay. Alright, and then, yeah, we'll actually use the summons to attack here. Actually get the kill on this guy. Okay, I can't do that one. Let's just attack this guy. These guys might just all die when the big one dies. I'm not 100% sure. They might have the whole Naboo effect going on. Alright, she is not... Oh, she can attack now? Before she wasn't close enough. Alright. Alright. Alright, so the little ones are still active. Okay, cool. So they don't have the Naboo effect. Alright, then we're just gonna mop up these guys. Again, the little pets that you can't control, I'm not a huge fan of having all of them, but it's fine. Because of the positioning of these guys, and the ghouls especially, I'm gonna cancel concentration on that so that my ghouls can get into range a little bit better. And then we're gonna have the genie pop over here. And once again, just knock them around a bit. Ooh, or not. I like that they both failed, and then this time they both saved. Just keeps everything in unison. I also not a fan of the fact that I did waste Will's bonus action, since that guy did die before his next turn. Alright, and then Karlach is a summoner, but she can also summon some lightning. So we got a big ol' call lightning there, and then since she's in that zone right there, she can use it again as a bonus action. There we go. So just because you've got a party that summons things, don't think that you have to deal all your damage with your pets. Sometimes they're just crowd control to keep one enemy out of the fight. Sometimes you just got, 6 or 7 skeleton archers that are just adding extra damage. Sometimes they're just fodder so that your party doesn't die and they die instead. That is also totally fine. We're gonna have this guy fly over here. Smack that one. And then I don't want to get opportunity attack, so he's gonna just teleport out there. Now, this one's gonna blow up. But before he does, I might be able to get that one in that same state where he's gonna blow up. That way he can't run out of the area. I don't think the Woodwood's gonna be able to do much of anything. Let's see if that does anything for us. Alright. And then, yeah, we just got our skeletons. I was gonna say whittling him down, but then, they also can miss a lot, which is something that can happen. You just gotta accept that your minions are not gonna hit super consistently. Like I said, they are there to help. They are not the main bulk. These guys all just dashed into a dying position. Yeah, they're not the smartest sometimes. If this guy runs into there, I am going to be so mad. Okay, good. I'm actually going to use, not Death Ward, the illithid thing that's like Death Ward on him so he doesn't die. Alright. Now, maybe this wasn't the best encounter to show a summoning party. But you know what? That's actually, no, I do think the genie did a decent amount by pushing these guys back here and out of the way. It just kind of let me get free reign on that thing. I mean, these guys are all going to die when that blows up anyway, so, I mean, I might as well. Nah, we'll just attack it normal. Maybe get a little bit closer so I don't get that disadvantage for long range. There we go. Okay. We hit them candy. We can. And then, yeah, we gotta get this guy over here. So we are going to upcast that as high as we can. Shoot some magic missiles. And then we're gonna upcast it as high as we can and shoot some magic missiles. Okay, decent amount of damage. And then, now he is blind, but this guy's gonna get a turn if I don't stun him. So I need this to stun. There you go. See, again, if your pet just keeps the target out of the fight, that's good enough. That took out all of the ghouls. Didn't take out the woodwood though. I expected to take out the woodwood. And the 2 little birds. So ghouls and little bird, the genie just tanked that shit. Genie actually wasn't in range. Never mind, he didn't tank anything. We are going to put a little shield around that guy. So let's. Nah, I don't want to do that. I could summon the flaming sphere, just get another summon on the board, but it's not really worth it. Now we're going to come over here and use Survival Instinct on him, because I do not want him to die. I'm pretty sure he's relevant to the actual plot here. And then, what does this guy have? Okay. So then, I'm just going to do this because it doesn't take up spell slot. Get some damage on him. Yeah, Shovel did nothing. Shovel did absolutely nothing. Alright. And I don't know if we get more experience if we actually, like, legitimately kill these things rather than letting them blow up. But I'm gonna try and actually kill it rather than letting it blow up, just because. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I shouldn't have done that. He's in the bonus area. He can attack as a bonus action. Okay, I actually wasn't paying attention if 510 experience was normal. Yeah, okay, 510 was the normal experience, either way. Alright, we're at level 12, I don't know why I care, but... Alright, then we just got one guy left, and this guy has been taken down purely by these 2 pets. Which again, doesn't seem like a lot, since we had the bigger target and 2 other of those guys, but you know what? Being able to take down still a pretty big target with just pets, like, that's pretty cool. Can I position this to where it only hits him? Yes, I can. Alright, I guess I'm now not killing it with just pets. Also, we had 4 skeletons we could have summoned with Gale that we didn't have out. And we also could have had 4 fungal zombies with Karlach that we didn't have out. So, all in all, we could have had a much... Well, I mean, that'd be 8 more summons. We could have had a much bigger summoning crew than what we ended up having. Alright, and then that guy's going to blow up, kill some summons, and then he better run away, please. Okay. Well, I put the thing on him. Did it work? I don't see him. Oh, there he is. He really got knocked back. He's got 0 hit. Okay. He had 0 hit points. I guess this thing just really prevented him from dying. Anyway. That's a pretty standard combat encounter with this party. You just run around, do big damage with your party, and then let the skeletons and the mephits whittle things down. If you're lucky, you'll get a couple of kills with the skeletons and the mephits, so you don't have to waste your actions on somebody who has like 5 hit points left. Yeah, that's how this group goes. We could have had a little bit more summons, but you know, I had to get through this whole thing to get to, like, this, not a dungeon crawl, but an area where I couldn't warp in and out of here. So I wasn't fully stocked up on spell slots at the start, but Genie, very good summon, very useful. The Myrmidons are all pretty good. My favorite is the air one because he can stun something for 2 turns. I just think that's really good. The other ones have like some AoE, some different crowd control that isn't as hard crowd control, but I really like the stun. Cambion is fine. If you have the normal spell to summon a Cambion, I would rather summon the Genie. But Cambion as the ability from the sword that Will gets is very nice. And then skeletons are just consistent little damage that you can just do at a range. Like, I just like them. There's a lot of them, and they deal decent damage for what the investment is. Anyway, that's it. I don't know why Karlach's glowing, aside from the fact that she's a fucking angel. But that is going to be it for the combat showcase on summoners. Yeah. See what I'm going to be doing next. But that is it for this one. I will see you guys in the next one.